The series is saved. We can continue. Hello, everyone. This is Gamer1745 here. And if you're new, smash the subscribe button. And everybody, click the like button. It's tasty. Now, all right. A couple of things here. Or a few things. I don't know exactly how many at the beginning of this series. I've fully admit I've cheated here to keep the series going. If this was my personal playthrough, I would have gone back either to an earlier save or just simply started over. Okay. And that's but I want to keep this, get to the war here, Gamer, as several people have posted and whatnot, and to do so I needed to cheat here, and I will explain exactly what is going on, what I've had done. All right, well, and there's a rant video that exists that I don't think we'll publish because I was wrong. Gamer was wrong. Maybe I'll post it with an I was wrong. Don't know if that's good, but yeah, I was wrong. There is this here. Now, and that's what we're going to talk about here. A warning to you. Uncharted, great guy. Like him. Disagree on some things, but that's cool. I mean, disagreement, people, doesn't mean it's internet drama and we dislike each other. Just means we disagree. I was really upset. Dug around a little bit, after being encountering something in the midst of the game playing is what got me upset. And then getting out and digging around a bit, actually in the mod code. And I found this here. It goes away once it's too late. And the reason I'm talking about this and, starting out the episode, just so exciting, is that this is important and it's not well publicized, just sort of war measures down here. Okay, prepare for a European war. And I'll explain what's going on here. Historically, and I think Uncharted and myself, and Uncharted, if you don't know, is the main developer of World Ablaze. The guy who at least does the big picture things. We like a historically based game. Now, that for me, it doesn't mean, and I go into a lot of this in my rant, that I want to straitjacket a player into exactly playing history, and then you just refighting the refighting the campaign. Get to make the big decisions yourself. Now, historically, Hitler gambled, and he really gambled, that the invasion of Poland, because he wanted a war with Czechoslovakia, but he did not want a war at that time in 1938 with France and Britain. That he very much wanted to avoid that war at that point. But he wanted a war with Czechoslovakia. He didn't get it because he wanted a training war like Mussolini had down in Ethiopia. He wanted a war for the German army to go against an opponent, not one that there was really any doubt over victory or defeat, but one to see how effective his new war machine was going to be, shall we say. If it was hard fighting to defeat Czechoslovakia, well then, oh shit, we've got a lot of improvement to do before we go to war with a major power. But hey, if we take them down easy, okay, maybe we're ready, or we're getting ready. Well, because the West collapses over Czechoslovakia, he thinks it's going to happen again over Poland. His one real fear is the Soviet Union. He really fears it. That's why there's the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact is signed, to put that fear off the table for the moment and agree upon dividing up of Poland. Okay, so that's just to set the scenes here. So unlike the treaty with Czechoslovakia, the treaty with Poland, between France and Britain and Poland, is upheld and they go to war. Hitler's not ready for this. Germany's not ready for this. So, and it's partially, heavily, simply the seasons. There is, during the initial offensive here, there is the small SARS offensive by the French, but the French sort of get scared because it's going too well, so they turn around and go back. Something must be wrong. It's a trap. Run away, kind of thing. And the the weather's getting bad, so they push in. They take out Poland. The Germans do, and they don't immediately attack in the west. I would say, once Poland is done and they can shift the forces, they actually don't. I mean, trust me, they did get a bunch of forces back to the west, but they sort of took their time because it was the winter. Because by that point, they sort of knew that there wasn't going to be a major French offensive, so they didn't do it. And it wasn't really that the Germans were unprepared. I mean, they were in so many ways, but were so unprepared with for war that it took them all the time from the end of the Polish campaign to the start of Fall Gelb and invading of the Low Countries because of unpreparedness. No, they had already done now they were still finishing up, but they had already initiated, oh boy, I'm blanking on it now. I know I do this. Come on in here. I know it's over here. Yes, the invasion of Norway here. Weserburg, yeah. Weserburg. The invasion of Norway, Denmark and Norway, they'd already started that well beforehand, and a lot of that is to do with seasons and the weather and getting ready. There are other factors. I don't know what, shall we say, the published historians know about Germany's war plans with France and Britain in 1938, but I'm absolutely sure some German planners did make plans for the war. So it's not like because you will get a little national spirit that unprepared for war, whatever it's called, that delays your ability to have this you start this national focus. So, and I was ranting and raving about how long it takes. Well, of course, we're not in September 39. We're in April 1940. So why would you have, it's going to take you some time, in probably more time than in the game, to pick up your army, get it to the west, get all the trains scheduled to bring all the food and supplies instead of to where they were going before, but to get ready to go to war in the west. It's going to take probably more time than in the game to get it ready. But there were plans to fight the war. It didn't take them that long to get ready. So 30 days, 21 days, like the thing, that seems reasonable to me to plan the shift and get shifted. But the nearly 4+ months or whatever it is, plus the 21 days, it was just too much. So this, if you want to, so I was railing against this, but there is this in here. Now, this cost the player, I believe it is, I think it's 100, some amount of political power. I think it's like 100 or 150 or whatever political power. 150 command power, and 100 army experience. That's where I've cheated in some of this. If you can go back and look, I had to cheat some of this stuff in. I don't know when, right honestly, when this war measures popped up. I could go back and look at the thing and whatnot, figure it out. But I don't know. Prepare for this, people. Prepare for this. I had to remove my foreign observer or whatever it is to Japan watching the China war, because now that I did know that takes away what it does is it lowers your cap on your command power. It doesn't actually take away command power. It just lowers your cap. One thing I really didn't realize, quite honestly, I mean, I don't know if it's in the base game or not, but here, all of these allocations here are constant lowering of the cap. I knew, or I thought that when I appointed Goering, it takes 30 command power to appoint him, plus the political power to appoint him. Yeah, I know some of these guys really have some good stats going for them. The idea of lowering the amount of the cap on command power for foreign advisors, that's to keep you from, say, spamming foreign advisors all over the place. And some of these I know are very historical. So I don't know. I don't know that I like this ongoing element here with command power for these guys, because to me it makes it seem like I can't. It just guts the cap on command power to do a lot of things here. And when I'm just Guderian armor technology, yeah, that's sort of right. Obviously, and here, why putting Raider is going to reduce this ongoing 10 or 15. Now, if it was just taking it off a one-timey thingy, I could deal with that. But because once I get my, sort of my army filled out, and it would build back up more than this, because this would have it. Right here would be, what is that? 115. I've just used, current max 115, right? I should just read up the thing a little bit, so try to do the math here quickly. So it's not like I can't fill this out. Well, I don't know if I can fill this out with all the historical realities. I don't know who Victor Schutz is, so maybe that isn't, or Eric Bay. Just don't know the naval, but Yodel, Yodel. Planning speed, daily command, power gain multiplier by 20%, but it knocks it down by 15. Oh man, that okay. That may be really gaining this back, but doesn't let you do big things. So so I went in and cheated in the Army experience and I know at some point I used some Army experience here. No, I didn't undo some of these things. I don't remember which ones were from National Focus, basically freebies from doing National Focus or putting in some command power. Save up, have a bunch of Army experience, have a bunch of command power available, have a bunch of political power, that you want to fire this before you are at war. This will, if you don't want the historical wait time from, September to, sort of spring, summer, whatever. Because, well, this is also dealing with fall, or Westerbung, which is going north, so that's spring. Yeah, so yeah, if you don't want a massive wait to do some of your other things, do this. Make sure you do this before you and make sure you save up army experience, get command power. Have both enough command power and be able to unallocate stuff to be able to go have enough of it, and have your political power enough to do that decision. Trying to think, is there anything else on this? And I get the idea, and the idea of you needing to use army experience, needing to use command power, needing to use political power, is to organize up preparations for the general war in Europe. And I get that. I accept that. I'm still not sure if I'm going to put it up as gamer was wrong, but just make sure you know about this, prepare for this, and then once you have prepare for this, if you want to do this, and you need to do this before you go to war. So that is, I guess, the message for this. And this is, I guess, going to be another special episode, because I think this is really important. Without that, this would, in my opinion, be straitjacketing. But with that, it is just doing it. You're making you go through it. I guess, I don't know why this isn't a, a national focus over here. That isn't maybe required, meaning you don't have to do it. I don't know. Because you can't, I presume, I don't, have, because I haven't looked at modding what, all the requirements could say, required X amount of army experience, required X amount of political power, required X amount of command power to start the national focus. So it's not, this is supposed to be a roadmap. You're supposed to see what is required to do a national focus. And that, I think, could be a national focus. So, hey, everyone, hope this is helpful. Hope it was entertaining. See you next time for more, more Hearts of Iron.